have an opportunity to be in a big club like Tottenham for many years, that is something really special.
So it right, up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. A big up to every single one of you live and locked in. Hope everyone's doing well, winning live. First and foremost, I want you all to smash to piece that like button if you haven't already. I want you to subscribe to Minerals FC if you haven't already. And we've got the notification bell, ding dongs, have it right so you know when we go live. Plus the Minerals FC Ultras membership down below in the description. And please follow us on Rumble Minerals FC. And also Younes Talks Football. His title is in his channel is in the title. Let's have it right. Big up to everyone. Salute to all my Minerals FC Ultras. Salute to our Chelsea old boys. We see things I'll never see. And how are we doing, Younes? Lovely to have you on. Back on the Minerals FC. We move.
Cheers, geezer. Yes, I'm good. Shout out everyone in the chat. What a great start that was. I saw that clip yesterday of Didier. I don't know, I don't know, was that a new clip or something? But what's Kaka doing? How did that sentence process through his brain to say a big club like Tottenham? Where has he been? I respect Kaka. He's one of the greatest. How did that opinion get into his head? It's just insane.
He was talking about Son, wasn't he? He was talking about Son and how he's been a servant at Spurs. But yeah, I mean, Didier King Drogba. I mean, he landed it for what it really is. Yeah, he's like, you're having a laugh. You're joking me right now. You're insulting me. Respect to Didier, mate, for saying, for landing. He said everything you need to say with just a look. That was it. Yeah. Just a look. You know?
Literally. He's been there, done that, you know. Worn the t-shirt, destroyed them every season he played. Lovely jubbly. But I'm good to be on. And looking forward to this one. There's quite a lot's gone down today, isn't
it? Yeah. A lot going on. I think firstly, let's get into it. I mean, Newcastle, we beat them 2-1. Very happy with a win. Like, we got the 3 points, which was a must-win game. In terms of the running we got right now, and we've got Man United, Arsenal, Leicester, Spurs is coming up as well. We've got Newcastle again, in the Carabao Cup away. So it was very important to get this result, and we did. I don't know if you know, Younes, but basically Newcastle have got the worst in the Premier League, worst record at Stamford Bridge. I actually thought it was Crystal Palace. But it's not. It's Newcastle. I think they've won once.
21 years or something.
Yeah, something ridiculous.
Yeah. So I only found that out after full time. It would have done good for the preview.
I mean that's a shocker. I didn't expect them to get anything. I think if they got anything, they would have got a draw, and they almost did. So a bit right. Yeah. Which we'll talk about. But before we talk about that, let's talk about Cole Palmer, because he's continuing. He's continuing on that trajectory from last year. He's come out and said, I don't want to put too much pressure on myself from what the numbers I got last year. He's not playing in the Conference League group stages where he probably easily would have scored about or got 2 or 4 assists, you know, and goals. Or just more GA than and add it to what he's got if he was playing it, but he's not. The kid's a machine, different gravy. He's actually putting up ridiculous numbers. He's carrying Chelsea, which people don't like to hear, but he is. And we would have got relegated last year if it wasn't for him. I mean, that is as serious as you can get. He is literally carrying our football club. And if he doesn't play, you notice a massive difference, even in our attack. If it's not low-level opposition, you notice it properly. So he's always playing the big games. But we talk about Cole Palmer. There's only one negative with him, really. And I'll say that after. But I think with Cole Palmer, keep doing what you're doing, kid. Play with freedom. Be as creative as you want. And that pass at against Newcastle was delightful, wasn't it? It was
Sublime.
Yeah. I mean, it's different class. To pick that out, I mean, it's like I said, it's like Fabregas. That's a Fabregas ball, and it's mad that he is like a number 10 stroke right winger or forward, if you like, and he's playing a ball like that, like a deep line, creative Iniesta, Fabregas type ball where you just pick it out, bang, bosh, set it right, and literally rip them apart. That was one pass that just eliminated them. Credit to Neto, obviously, but
100%. Yeah, for sure. The beautiful thing about that pass, he spoke about that actually and said that he noticed Neto was making the run, and this is Cole Palmer talking. He's saying, "I just thought I'd try it." That's a try. Like, if that's a try, fucking hell. Like, mate, I can't wait to see when you do something intentional. Do you know what I mean? Because from a good 70 yards deep or so on the edge of our box, he's just pinged it right into Neto's path. You mentioned Fabregas. Fabregas definitely would be incapable of a pass like that, but there's very few people that would have executed it like to perfection, and that's what he done. I'd go far and say Lampard-esque. That was yeah. He's you mentioned a KDB, for example. It's those sort of players that will ping a ball like that. Cole Palmer's just done it first time. Effort, and that's Cole Palmer. He does everything so effortlessly, just without even trying. It doesn't look like he's actually trying, but he is. So I saw that ball. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Pedro Neto, credit to him, because he had the pace on and he got to the ball in time, made the correct touch to get in front of the defender, won all that space. Jackson's in that space, squares it, boom, and you just cut off the whole team like that. So yeah, Cole Palmer, his importance to Chelsea is high, very, very high. Without a Cole Palmer, God knows where we are. Like, God knows. But at the same time, credit that we have Cole Palmer and he's doing this. He's playing in the right way, because it's funny. We got the Ballon d'Or on tonight.
Yep.
And Cole Palmer finished 25th, which I'm not getting too fussed about. I think it's a farce, but it's for last season. Chelsea were a shambles last season. They do take the whole team performance into it and whatnot. I get it, right? Cole Palmer, though, we don't need like to even get peed off about him being 25th or whatnot, because I honestly see him as a sort of player. If he just keeps going, right, he can win the whole thing at some point. I'm not saying next season either, because it's too soon. Chelsea have to do well for Cole Palmer to get that recognition on top. He has to, like, it's not just going to be he wins Player of the Year and Chelsea finish 7th. Like, that's not happening, right? The team does need to perform. This is why Real Madrid players do well, Barcelona players do well. We saw Ronaldo, Messi, and what they went through. It helps when the team around them is performing and winning trophies. I'm hoping Chelsea get to that point. I'm saying I'm hoping. But if Chelsea are, and Cole Palmer is going to continue to keep improving like this, he can win the Ballon d'Or without question. So I love what I'm seeing with him, man. And as you said, I would tell him the same thing. Just keep going, put your head down, and just keep being nonchalant, keep doing you, and good things will happen.
100%. And I think also, like, the whole Ballon d'Or thing is, we know, like, when you got Messi, Ronaldo in there, it's just rigged for them. Now they're not in the running for it. It's like he's got a great opportunity if Chelsea do start winning, which let's have it right. Are we going to win the major trophies, the trophies that mean things? You know, we're not even in the Champions League. I mean, if we won the Conference League and he puts up 50 GA, is he going to be up there for Ballon d'Or? The likelihood is no. He put up, what was it, 43 GA last year, which is close to like what a Messi would do. Maybe on his poor season, Messi would be doing that. All right. I don't know what Haaland's GA is like, but he's pretty high as well. and he didn't win it, and he's won the treble. Do you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
like sometimes in this it's a fraudulent trophy. It's a personal accolade and
popularity contest.
Yeah, it's just biased. It's just biased, and
yeah,
I think if Cole Palmer's playing for Barcelona or
he's in the
Real
running.
Madrid, he'll win it. Yeah,
I agree. But this is what I'm saying. Chelsea needs to get back up to that level. It's like when Lampard finished second to Ronaldinho. Well, we were the best team in the world. It wasn't Barcelona that year, but Ronaldinho was unreal. It makes sense, right? You have to put yourself... Look, Bellingham leaves, gets to Real Madrid. One season, I think he's going to finish third tonight in the Ballon d'Or. Because it's Real Madrid. Do you know what I mean? There is... Tonight, apparently, Rodri's going to win it. I'm shocked. I thought it'd be Vinicius, but apparently it's going to be Rodri. City only won the league last year, right? But this is the thing. You have to be a top team. This is why I'm saying Cole Palmer, I don't think is going to be going anywhere anytime soon. That might come later. But for as long as he's at Chelsea, Chelsea need to be performing for that to even be a possibility. So,
listen, he got what, 25th?
25th for this one tonight.
It's still good. It's still high considering we've done fuck all as a club for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
But listen, hey, that's the standards at Chelsea now. You know, people lapping it up. Fuck that. For me personally, you know.
Well, I mean, I saw the feedback from Palmer finishing 25th. A lot of people aren't happy. A lot of people going, what? Saka finished ahead of him, but again, Arsenal were in front. Rudiger finished 22nd. He plays for Real Madrid. Of course, that's what's going to happen. People weren't happy, though. And look, this is just based on last season. Cole Palmer started this season the way that he's starting. You best believe next year, Ballon d'Or, he'll be top 10. Has to be, if he keeps going the way that he's going.
I think we need to be in the Champions League for any of these discussions to happen. You know,
if we
get top four.
Because
that's the standards now. Got to get top four at Chelsea. Not winning the Premier League, not winning the Champions League. It's can we get into top four like a fucking Arsenal?
I hate that.
Yeah. So you look at, like, I want to bring this up. Look at Carlo Ancelotti now. Look at the heat he's getting. People are calling for his head to get sacked because they got battered by Barcelona 4-0 in their gaff. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. That's standards. That's when your supporters have got standards and levels. Do you think Real Madrid would go through what Chelsea have been through for the last 2 years? Do you think their supporters would accept it?
You know, Madrid getting killed the way they got killed. To be angry about that result, 100%. I'm with Madrid fans on that, without a doubt. You don't lose at home at the Bernabeu to Barcelona 4-0. And to be fair, this Barcelona, right? They're not exactly Messi, Xavi, and Iniesta. They've got good players, but they're not it. So I get the outrage. But to call Ancelotti's head, nah. Like, apparently
there's rumours that what's his name, Perez has been, or Real Madrid have been ordered to sack
I know
him.
they're capable. They're capable of this. They are capable of that. They're the only club in the world that are capable of that. I think that's one step too far for now, though. It's Ancelotti. Like, they need to chill. They need to chill a bit. But being pissed off at that result, 100%. You don't just accept that. It's Barcelona at home. No. It's like if Tottenham came to the bridge and won 4-0.
Yeah, no, I know.
I want to kick off. Nah. But that's off the back of what Ancelotti's done at Real Madrid. Look at what he's done. Like, it would be like, same context. It would be like if we had Mourinho, right? And he succeeds and does everything that he's done, and then we lose at the bridge 4-0 to, God forbid, we lost to Spurs, and then we're all like, all right, Jose, you're gone now. It's a bit like, not yet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it hurts, and it's unacceptable.
I'll be shocked if they do sack him now. But,
yeah.
I mean, it might take another bad result. If they get another bad result,
they won't sack him, I don't think. Yeah.
But, I mean, the geezer's won Champions Leagues. He's won La Ligas. He's you know, but that's the standards. That's what I'm saying. That's Roman Abramovich mentality.
Mhm.
I don't care if you win me what you've won me. It's about the here and now. And if in the here and now you are not delivering and we're getting embarrassed, you're gone. You know,
100%.
why the players not stepping up to the levels? They're not. So, you know, it's embarrassing. And look at the state of Barcelona and look how much financial debt
They're in a mess financially. Yeah.
They're in a mess, bruv. You know, they've got no divine right to come to their ground and do that. Really? So almost like Real Madrid didn't pay any respect to them at all and thought they were just going to walk over them.
But they should have after the first half. I mean,
Yeah.
you watched that game, but it was the most confusing 4-0 I've ever seen. I think I've ever seen in my life, because Madrid should have been 4-0 up at halftime. How you just all like switch off, coming out for a second half, and it just goes against you like that is unbelievable. And Mbappe was offside 2 million times. It's just bizarre. But yeah, Ancelotti is a don.
He's won everything everywhere. So like, and he's done it multiple times. Isn't he won the most Champions Leagues?
Yeah,
he's won the most Champions Leagues. This
5,
gaffer.
I think. Yeah, 5.
Yeah, because he won 2 at AC Milan.
2 at AC.
Two at Real or more. Two at Real. And where else has he won?
Was it 4? Chat, let us know. Is it 4 or 5?
No, he's won. I think he's won. I think
he's won 5. He's won as a player as well. Let's not forget.
Yeah,
but
as
a gaffer, where else has he managed? No, it's only Milan and Madrid. Surely.
He's definitely won 2. So maybe he's won 3.
4 minimum. As a gaffer, 4 minimum.
So
twice as a player.
You know, yeah, he's won it twice as a player. All right, let's Google it. Smash the likes. Big up to everyone in here. Smash the like button. Hit
in
the
about
subscribe.
2 seconds.
All that.
2 at AC as a player, and then 2 as a manager at AC.
Yeah, that's it.
2 at Chelsea. I wish.
Yeah.
3. Sorry, 3 at Madrid. 3. Yeah, so it's not just Zidane. It's Ancelotti as well. 3.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah. Well, Zidane done it 3 back to back.
That was the difference. Yeah. Ancelotti missed 1 year in between the 3.
Yeah. So he's done 3. Plus he's won it twice as a player.
So,
but if we're talking just managerial career,
5
is a joke. You know.
Yeah.
It's the hardest competition to win. So you know, they're the standards. You look at the state of Arsenal and their standards with Lego Ed, yeah. Phase 5. I mean, the guy is playing like Sean Dyche at the minute. Their identity and style's gone out the window. They're getting injuries galore. I think it's the best time for us to play them, by the way. And
it is.
And I look at it and I go, well, they're on a decline, and they're meant to be the closest to City. Liverpool. Yep. I mean, they're just starting with this guy who's got a veneer merchant team, and this guy's getting them ticking. You know, you just look, and it's not as straightforward. I still think City are the strongest, and they haven't got Rodri, the heartbeat of that team, the most pivotal player in that team, and he's up for Ballon d'Or. Where it looks like he's taking it off Vinicius Jr.
Yeah,
and everyone's screaming about that. How can Vinicius Jr. scored in the final, won it for Real Madrid, La Liga as well. But then you look at Rodri, he's done the Euros, he's won the title, he scored pivotal goals, he won treble the year before, and without him they don't do it. Even Spain don't do it without him. So
and who won it the year before this one? Who won it last year?
What, Ballon d'Or?
Yeah.
It was Messi, wasn't it?
It was Messi, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Messi.
I'll be honest, Rodri deserved that.
Yeah, he did deserve it. So maybe they're thinking,
you know
we'll give it to him this year.
Yeah. And I know Messi, Copa America. This is what I'm saying. It's about the teams and the things you're participating in and what you're winning. And it's because it's Messi. Rodri deserved that one. And if he wins it tonight, we will. I think it's a bit of a testament to the players that normally get overshadowed. You never get like a deep playing player who wins the Ballon d'Or. Never happens. But there's players that should have. You know, Xavi is an example of someone that definitely probably should have won a Ballon d'Or. You look at a Kante should have won a Ballon d'Or. If we're being honest, you know what I mean? Like these sort of players get.
In that case, Jorginho should have won it when he had the Euros, Champions League, Super Cup. I mean, he came third, didn't he?
Yep.
So, but then you had Messi and Ronaldo in there, and it's like
Messi, Ronaldo. Yeah, Messi, Ronaldo.
You know, they're just going to give it to him no matter what because they want to see who's going to get the most Ballon d'Ors. 'Cause it's about their competition and their branding, and it makes the Ballon d'Or look all prestigious and that.
Well,
the reality is, if it's based on football and what you give to football as an individual, and towards the team you play for and the country you play for, then really Messi shouldn't have won it last year. But then he won the World Cup. He won the World Cup. That's why he won it.
Yeah.
He won the World Cup.
Copa. The whole, they just, this is what I'm saying. But we'll see what happens. But the thing that you mentioned, I want to touch base on this. Arsenal and their standards. I agree. I think it's on the floor. And you know why? And we got to be careful of this. We've got to be careful of this. And we're lucky, like it's not been that long ago. For us, it's a long time. But 2017, we won the league, right? For Arsenal, it's been 20 years. They've forgotten what it feels like to win a league title. So they're accepting what they're getting now. Yeah. You know, I saw comparisons. Who put it up? Arteta with Jose. I'm like, hang on. That's a disrespect to Jose. How dare you put them in the same sentence? Do you know what I mean? It's insane. Oh, why? Because Arteta plays defensive football. Jose played away to get results through the door because he knew that's what would work, and it worked, right? He would deliver the goods and then shut shop and no one would get through. Arteta plays away because he wants to play safe and he starts to get scared. There's a difference. And Arsenal fans are protecting that and going, but it's fine. They've forgotten what it means to actually win a title and to actually get trophies over the line and to actually do that they think that this is okay. It's not okay. So I agree. Their standards are on the floor and they got to be careful because when they should have won it last couple of years, they didn't because they bottled it. They didn't get it over the line. Now they're getting injuries, right? In a key position in that defense. So what's going to stop other teams from conceding against them now? You know, and causing them even more trouble. When they had a chance to wrap it up, they didn't. And now they're going to face issues. I agree. Big time to play him. Perfect time to play him.
You got the Vidal Sassoon merchant out for ages, and they don't tick in the midfield. Both they're apparently the best centre back pairing in the league. They're out. Well, I think they're deluded, really. But this is what I'm saying. They've had 2 opportunities to win it. You're right, and they bottled it twice. Fantastic. We drink that in all day long. However, the players stop buying into what he's doing. And if the players stop buying into it or lose that belief that they can go all the way for the 3rd time, he's done at you. Like he's a failure with spending 800 million.
Because you lose respect at that point.
You lose respect. And Arsenal need a world-class manager. Yeah. They don't need a Lego head. Lego head's done his job of building a foundation, if you like.
Yep.
And this is what I'm saying, like, where is everyone going with all these new hipster generation managers, trying to make them the next best thing, next Pep Guardiola? It's delusion. Pep Guardiola's a genius. You can't copy geniuses. You can take from them, but you will never be like them because they are a genius for a reason. Not everyone's going to play like Cole Palmer on the pitch that you buy. Even though they're playing with him, they might take and get better at what they do and take something a leaf out of his book. They're never going to do what he does. So it's the same thing with managers.
Yeah.
You know, and it's the PR, the ones that people call me negative for, calling out all these bought brown envelopes. That's the reason Arsenal are where they are. And they are actually who I hold accountable, the entire club, the fucking fan base, in all of their acceptance with the PR of trusting a process that ain't delivered you nothing.
Exactly.
And you're still backing it. It's taken you 5 years to go, oh, if you don't win anything, we want you out. 5 years. Like, no one's waiting 5 years. Like, what's Hansi Flick doing now at Barcelona like that? What's his phase? What's his phase? Pep Guardiola's phase. Second season, he won the Premier League and the rest is history. He had one season bedding in, that's it. You know? You look at a lot of the managers. Tuchel, what phase was Tuchel in when he came to Chelsea? Mid-season. Oh, I'm just going to bag a Champions League, Club World Cup and Super Cup, 3 domestic finals, top 4, and what? Oh, and get sacked. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Why is everyone soft now? And that's the problem with the fan base. Instead, people want to feed agendas on me and my platform and report my platform, all right? Because what? You don't like that I'm spot on with it. I don't like it. I can give a toss. The reality situation is, yeah, if you're happy to accept that, then don't bitch and moan about it. And go along and be that mentality of a small club, like Josie said, when you start praising performances like everyone was praising the Liverpool performance and we lost it, then you stop that ambition, that pressure, that ruthlessness, that level and intent to win and only demand the winning and being a big club and running like a big club. And we're an elite football club. We shouldn't be brought down to this Arsenal level because Arsenal have it right. They're not elite. They're a big club.
Yep.
We're not going to show disrespect in that sense, but we are bigger than them and we are more of the elite than them. So we shouldn't be accepting what they accept. End of story.
They should be an example. Look at what they've endured for so long, what they've put up with for so long, to the point where I think they're desensitized. Like, that's it. They don't feel it anymore. They're just hoping something will come along. If it doesn't, we'll go again next year. At Chelsea, this is why I said we got to be careful. We got to be careful in the sense that we know where we are. And the last 2 years has been catastrophic, right? Which is why there has to be that realistic buffer as to what we got to do this season with the team that we got. But into next season, unlike Arsenal, where it's season after season after season after season, there's one condition. By next year, there's no excuse, zero excuse. We got to be up there in contention again. End of story, Because if not, we get into that territory of just taking whatever we get. And that's what Arsenal fell into. How many Wenger out protests were there? After that happened, what happened afterwards? They just went soft.
They were
They
calling
just stopped.
for Unai Emery out, and now they're all twerking for Unai Emery.
And there we are.
Villa,
There we are.
they flip flop. The reality situation is because of Arsene Wenger, the specialist in failure. All right, that made top 4 a trophy.
It's
they
true.
Were the reasons.
Yeah. We used to criticize them for it. We used to say, oh, look at Arsenal. They just want 4th. They used to be bantered for it. For those that are old enough to have been
now
there.
Everyone's going, Enzo Maresca's come out and said, oh, we can only dream. When there's no pressure to get top 4. Like, we're not dreaming to get top 4. It's not a dream.
It's a necessity for this year.
It's a necessity for our club. Forget this
Yeah.
season. It's a necessity for this club. We're a Champions League club. We're not an Arsenal. We're not fucking Spursy. We're not that bottle job mentality. And the PR has just fucking literally shriveled up everyone's mentality and demand and to keep the pressure on. And everyone's just happy-go-lucky now. And it's like, oh, we got Cole Palmer. Everything's going to be all right, singing Three Little Birds. It's fucked, We can't just rely on one player, bruv.
No.
It's not sustainable. Which brings me to the point of the attack. We've got every opportunity to score goals, to create, which is fantastic. All right?
Yep.
But the defense and goalkeeper, who they're saying they're not going to replace in January, that this manager is backing Sanchez, but wants to talk down about Reece James not being a captain and having no leaders, but he's backing this goalkeeper who he knows is nowhere near the levels what he needs. All right, but he's got no choice but to back this guy because he's better than every other goalkeeper, 9 other goalkeepers or 8 goalkeepers we've got in our squad. So, like, I get that, bruv, but at the same time, it will be the defense and the goalkeeper, along with the midfield, that will be the downfall and the restriction for the attack. It's like the attack's got to outscore every team because we discussed this, we've only kept clean sheets against Bournemouth and West Ham. And West Ham were toothless, haven't won a game all season. And Bournemouth are toothless. And we just about beat Bournemouth 1-0 away at their ground. When we come against a team that's got some sort of decent attack or threat, they're guaranteed to score 1 or 2 goals, you know? And it's like Brighton, we had to score 4 goals, you know, to beat them 4-2 at our ground.
Yep.
This is not sustainable. This is not an identity. You're meant to stop the leaks at the back. You're meant to build from the back all the way to the front. And the front is all they focused on, spending money, which most of these players, like João Felix, can't even get in the fucking team at the moment, you know?
Yeah.
And that's mad to me because I'd love to see Cole Palmer on the right and Felix in the 10 and Sancho on the left. I'd love to see that, you know? But this is down to the gaffer, what he wants to do, you know? And the type of opposition. But it's poor, bruv. You know, we should have a world-class keeper and we should have a world-class centre-back, a Bastoni, someone with experience, a leadership. The gaffer's called out, there's no leaders, and respect to him for doing that, which is what I've been saying for fucking God knows how long, and everyone calls me a toxic negative merchant, yeah? But he's calling it out for what it is. He knows it. He knows he hasn't got leaders. He had leaders in Leicester. He had Jamie Vardy and fucking Harry Winks, who they're not even leaders, bruv. Vardy, yeah, because he's won a Premier League title, but, you know, they had to arrange a team meeting when they went on a losing streak and almost bottled a 17-point lead. You know, he needs experience to fall back on to get over the line.
100%. And when you come out and said that, I was happy to hear that because it's funny. There's a whole thing about building leaders. I mean, he mentioned it as well. Like, we want to try and build leaders. You build leaders when you got leaders. If not, what are you building them from? Players either have it or they don't. And it's a matter of really getting it out of them. Now, as a player, your manager can only go so far to show you how to be a leader by words. But you need to be on the pitch with one to really see it in the flesh of what you should be doing. A manager can only take you so far. When I hear the argument that, it's fine, we can just build leaders, we'll wait 3 years, we'll have loads of leaders. It doesn't work like that, which is why you were screaming for it, I screamed for it. I wanted some experience in this team, right? In order to balance it out, because that's how you get... Now, when I say experience, again, it gets misconstrued. People think I'm talking about a 32-year-old to walk in. That's not it, no. But someone accomplished, someone who knows what they're doing, someone that doesn't need to be told, right? Someone that is leading. When you look at Chelsea of old, and we had a captain of every single national team that they played for in our team, right? Everyone was a captain of their country. Whether it was JT or Didier or go through Czech, go through the list. They were all captains of their countries, leaders, right? You don't just expect someone like a Levi Colwill, who is coming out of his shell. And you can see, because last season he was talking about how he was nervous giving his first ever team talk. And fair play, of course. He's young. He's probably not done it before. I get it. It's a bit, out of your comfort zone. That's what you got to do. You have to step out your comfort zone to get yourself to that sort of level. But he's going down the slow route. and really, starting to embrace that role. Now, if you've got it in you, cool. But if you haven't got it in you, well, you got no chance. And no matter what, whether you have it or you don't, it's always good to have someone alongside you who's already a leader that can lead by example to show you how to lead as well. So when we talk about what this team is lacking, to hear Maresca say that is good, but that is also part of the reason why I think we're conceding goals. Because there isn't a proper backbone defensively. There isn't... the midfield, for example, do everything brilliant going forward, right? And they're getting praised for that. Fantastic. Caicedo especially. In terms of moving the ball, where we're going forward, fantastic. Some of the times where they're looking to get stuck in to win the ball, yeah, cool. But when we're defending, other teams got the ball, man, we're open. We're open. Because it doesn't look like we got that strength or size or personality to get in faces of teams and not let them through. Our defense lets us down, and then our goalkeeper lets us down. It's open. It's not good enough. If you had proper leaders in there that know exactly what to do in the moment, that can see the dangers coming because of experience, we wouldn't be in this situation. So it is what it is.
It's also pressure moments in the games that can also make leaders or build leaders. And I don't think we're coming, like we had the Liverpool game, and I was going to talk about Cole Palmer, and the negative with Cole Palmer is he hasn't turned up in any of the big games, bar Man United at home.
I think there's a reason.
The Big Six. And yeah, there is a reason. He's been man-marked or singled out to be nullified.
Yeah.
But
there's no one else that will step up.
Right. That's the problem. You should, right, with the so-called attack we got, that's got all flair and this and that. If Cole Palmer's got two men on him, wherever he's on the pitch, you should be having pockets of space opening up for all these other players. But none of them are on his IQ level. If they were on his IQ level, that they'll pick up a space, and then we can penetrate and break through the lines. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And I don't think, if I look at all the frontliners, Sancho wanted just out of Man U, Felix wanted out of Atletico Madrid, Neto's got his big move from Wolves to Chelsea, Madueke's still trying to prove himself, Jackson trying to prove himself, and Nkunku doesn't even get a sniff anyway. I don't see anyone, even Mudryk as well, like he's not getting in the team and he's got to prove himself, but it looks like no one's got that kind of level of mentality and hunger to strive to always be at the top like Cole Palmer and be fearless with it as well. And I think a lot of these players that we've got, like they've kind of done something, like in Nkunku's Champions League football, he's annihilated City playing against them. Sancho has had some good spells at Dortmund in Bundesliga, done nothing at United, gone back to Dortmund. Felix hasn't really done much, when you look at where he's gone, but he's got so much talent. It just proves like Mudryk's talent ain't enough. And Cole Palmer knows that. You see, when you've got the talent and you've got that mentality to know that you want to be the best, and to always put pressure on yourself and handle the pressure, I think Cole Palmer is a leader. And I think Cole Palmer's a leader in the sense of, I actually do think on the pitch, he's quite vocal. If you watch him.
Yeah, he is.
I'm not saying he should be captain, but you haven't bought across the team players of that ilk and where he's come from and the mentality of where he's come from. You've bought a lot of players that have to prove themselves, have to build, have to develop. We have to make them into captains. Well, not everyone's going to be made into captain. A lot of players you buy just ain't captains. Reece James was never a captain in youth. All right. So why is he a captain at Chelsea? Because they put it in his contract to be a captain, to sign him on 250 grand a week on a 7-year deal when Tuchel was in charge.
Yeah.
Now, Reece James, he's going to take that all day long. He's Cobham. It's his dream to be captain, but he's not vocal enough, and he's never available up to now to set an example in other ways of being a captain. That's the problem you got. If the geezer's on the injury bed, every game day, then where is he to be vocal? Is he in the dressing room with the players? Is he motivating them? Is he playing gaffer? No, he's not. So you're having to rely on Enzo Fernandez, bruv, which is mad to me. He's basically saying no one's a captain in his team. And the one guy that was a captain was Conor Gallagher. And Conor Gallagher's been shipped out to Atletico Madrid. And even him, is he Chelsea level captain as well?
That's the thing. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Thiago Silva was the only one.
I was going to
the
say.
only one worthy, right? And when they had the opportunity to give him it, they gave it to Reece James because of the contract. And Thiago Silva said to him, I don't want it. When you tried to offer it me on the pitch, you didn't give it to me when I should be having it. I'm senior. I'm a winner. I love the club. I should be captain. And I don't care if you don't speak English and all that. Who gives a shit? He sets by example. He speaks on the pitch. He's positionally elite on the pitch. He's dug us out many times. You could have kept him for one more year and have that transition. You didn't do it. And that's why Enzo Maresca has got a really hard task in going through this season and an enduring season to have the only target as top four. You got to be getting top four. You have to. You can't not get top four.
We ain't got a choice.
He hasn't got a choice. And Conference League ain't enough. Like, we should win that anyway.
Yeah, that should be a given, man. That competition is, with all due respect, a joke. I hate watching it.
Yeah, it's dross.
I'm not gonna be invested until the final. So, yeah.
So this is my point, right? There's a turning point as well. You look at Manchester United, and they've sacked Bald Haggis now. All right, he's finally gone. All right, which is a joke because we're going to play them now. And I wanted him in the dugout. I wanted his funeral in the dugout.
Me too.
Yeah. I wanted to drink them United tears. Everyone else has had a pop at them. Spurs, he's had a pop at them. And
everyone has, yeah. It's typical, isn't it?
Well, even the Hammers. The Hammers have done it. And they're shit.
They were the ones to put the nail in the coffin.
So I'm looking at that going, oh, fuck. Now they've got Ruud van Nistelrooy, one of their legends, in the dugout now. There's talk of Nagelsmann that they want to get. If Carlo Ancelotti goes, are they going to try and get Carlo Ancelotti? It is what it is. That's their mess to sort out. But my thing is they're going to have a manager bounce. The players clearly stopped playing for that bald fraud. Right?
Yep.
And the players threw him under the bus. And majority of them probably would have been the experienced players as well, not the young players, the experienced players. Yeah. And Roy Keane put out a quote. He says, good teams, the manager will call out the players, but great teams, players call out other players. In other words, the players have to take accountability for the way that they're executing and performing on the pitch because they have been dross. All right. Now, if they all of a sudden turn into prime, fucking Ronaldo's and Roy Keane's and Vidic's at the back. Do you know what I mean? Like you have to question it under Ruud van Nistelrooy if they start performing against us, and then all of a sudden, there
will be a bounce. I think.
Yeah, we haven't won there for what 11 years, 12 years.
We ain't won there. No, and it's at Old Trafford. It'll be their first game since Ten Hag. The crowd will be buzzing. It's typical.
So my thing is like, when you have experience in your team, it can work really against you as well. We've had it at Chelsea with Roman, and Roman always took the players' side, because he bought the players majority of the time, apart from Josie that he backed, the first stint and that. Yep. And then you look at it and go, we've got young players, but there's a spin. Young players can throw this gaffer under the bus if they stop believing in him because they're on death row contracts. And it's like that's their version of experience and power in the dressing room. Is a lot of these players, if they don't play, they kick up a stink. Like Nkunku might, Enzo might. He's getting benched now. For Lavia, so he's playing Conference League now, and that's meant to be our captain. You know what I'm saying? So. There's going to be discussions. Badishile's coming out giving it all this now or whatever about I need to get into the national team and I want minutes. So you're going to have all these issues. And Enzo Maresca said, I feel sorry. I'm in an unfortunate position where I've got to, drop players out. Felix, what's he saying?
Pick 11. Yeah.
He can only pick 11. And I respect him. He's got to pick the best 11, the players most in form, and based on the opposition you're playing against, But, look at the stands at United. He's won 2 trophies, this guy. Yeah. All right. He's won more than Lego Head. He's won more than us in the last 2 years or any other club, bar City. And yet they have been dreadful, like awful, bruv. Yeah.
Yep.
And they've only just sacked him now. They could have got Tuchel. They couldn't even get him because why? They want a yes man. They want a Potter. They want a Southgate. And let go for it. Get him. Mate, they get Southgate. It's meltdown in that fan base. Absolute meltdown. Like, their ownership are criminals, bruv. If they put their supporters through that, they'd rather have Bald Haag than Southgate. I guarantee you. 100%.
This is why with United, I'm waiting to see who they're going to appoint. Like, that's going to tell us exactly what Ineos are about, right? Southgate, I don't think it's going to happen because he's come out and said he doesn't want to manage or he's not going to manage for any time soon. Like,
yeah, but he might.
I don't think
he might want it at the end of the season. So they keep
maybe
Van Nistelrooy to the end of the season, and then they'll maybe get a Southgate in the summer. Do you know what I mean?
If that happens,
lay foundations.
if that happens, then Ineos are deluded, and I'm here for it, right? But it's mental. You mentioned they've only just waited now to sack him. They should have sacked him time ago, man. It should
Spurs
have been a while
game. They should have sacked him, or at the start of the season.
At the minimum, he shouldn't have got the extension. Just shouldn't have got it. But I think that was done with them knowing that Van Nistelrooy was coming in. That's why it was obvious when they brought Van Nistelrooy in. It was obvious. Ten Hag was going to make one mistake. It'll be over.
You did say that.
Yeah.
You said he's going to take charge. It's a given.
He's got it. Yeah. It was. I think it was obvious. But when you look at, it's funny. Like we talk about projects and giving managers time and doing all that, but when it really gets to it, and you got to make a decision, there's no project to think about. It's to save the future. We got to sack this guy. It's people need to realize, like, we're not going to get a Ferguson or Wenger again.
No.
Pep is Pep and lasted this long because City have done things correctly, and Pep is a top manager. That's what happens when you get the best and you give them what they need and you let them work. Guess what? You get success.
And the structure's aligned. The structure's aligned there.
You could argue Liverpool. You could argue Liverpool with Klopp. They did win everything once, but they got some things over the line, and they decided to trust him. Oh, cool, top manager. But Arteta, for now, what's happening there? Ten Hag, even despite, as you said, winning 2 trophies, which those weren't just papering over the cracks. That was like the crack was showing massively, and you decided to rock up with one roll of sellotape.
Crack was like slosh pot wet, mate.
Mate,
game open, bruv.
Literally. And now they've decided to sack him because they know if there was truly a project, right, they'd stick with him. They'd be like, no, we know what we're trying to do. They can't though. It's like Thomas Tuchel said, if there's nothing in the short term, you're not going to get anything long term. People need to realize you need to achieve your goals in the short term for you to even start thinking long term. People keep looking for an ultimate project. That's not how life works. You can plan and you can get things in place. And if you trust yourself. But these people are at the top making these decisions, and they know when it hits the fan and they have to make the change, they know their backs are against the wall, they will pull the trigger because they have to. Project out of the window because that'll be better for the football club. So is what it is. But United, they just had to do it before we played them in it. They just couldn't wait 6 more days. They just could not wait 6 more days, man.
Yeah.
Flipping now.
And I mean, Listen, I tagged United in it. I was like, please, just keep them in the dugout for one more game.
One more game.
Then we can fucking finally just break our duck there and just get that win. There's the 3 points there, which we still might do. I mean, you never know, bruv. I mean,
we can. We can.
I still think we've got a great opportunity in beating them. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, but let's not forget last season they had dross last season.
They were rubbish. We lost,
and we lost. You know, so
no, I'm not. Look.
I won't accept a lot. Yeah. I can't accept a loss.
I am not accepting a loss against United. No. Hell no. Hell no. If we lose, it's kicking off. It's kicking off.
You can't lose to this team. This team's like dead and buried. They're 14th in the league, bro. I mean, they're a shambles, mate. They're a shambles. Mate. Like, but we should be winning like 3-0, 3-1. Yeah, we'll definitely concede. So let's say 3-1. We should win 3-1. You know what I mean?
Fair. Yeah, exactly. We'll see what happens on that day. One thing I will say against for United before we end it on them is my prediction is I reckon they'll get Graham Potter. I think something in the back of Jim Ratcliffe's head has always wanted Graham Potter.
He wants that English. Stylistic manager who's got a great story, who wants to make it with Manchester United. He wants to bring that Sir Alex Ferguson vibe to United. Look, listen, he better hope he don't get death threats, you know what I'm saying, on the old emails like he did at Chelsea, you know. Apparently, they still didn't find the top-notch bacon. They couldn't find who did it while Bowley was out on the piss-up in Mayfair before the Spurs game. I think he even brought it up, didn't he, Jellyfish Potter? Didn't he? He brought it up. I think he mentioned it or something.
I'm not worried. If he gets United job, I am not worried.
No, man. What are you worried about United for? I mean, United at the moment. No, I didn't think they'd be as bad as this. I'll be honest. I honestly didn't think like.
Neither did I.
I thought they'd have enough in there to get by. They're finished. Like, at the moment, they're done. And they clearly want a yes man. And Jellyfish Potter's your perfect yes man. I mean, Southgate is as well.
Yeah.
But Southgate hasn't done it.
He
hasn't done it in domestic level, bruv. He hasn't
got any Southgate will be worse than Potter.
Yeah, way higher risk. Potter, you've got a bit more of something to fall back on. But again, is this the standards at that club? You know, it's mad, bruv. Standards are in the mud everywhere. Honestly.
Have you seen the clip of Jose from 5 years ago going around today?
Which one? No, I haven't seen it.
He was in the Sky Sports studio at the Bridge after United played Chelsea. Chelsea beat him. And he was there. And he was mentioning, this was 5 years ago, just after he got sacked from United, saying...
Oh, when he's in United and he goes, free like that. That one.
No. After he got sacked from United. This was after his time at United.
Right. Okay.
And he's saying, they asked him, what do you think needs to be done? He's like, I'm not the guy to mention that. But he said it at the end. He was like, United will get worse. Like, this team, it will get worse. It's not going to get better.
Yeah.
And it's about a minute and a half. Everything he said is poetry. It's foreseeing what we're now seeing with United. And look, they're 14th. He's got it absolutely spot on.
Because he knows the structure behind the scenes. He knows what a successful club should be set up like behind the scenes.
Man. Exactly.
Or what club will go places and what club ain't. And clearly United, but Giza, they haven't redeveloped their gym, swimming pool, training ground.
Have they still not done that?
17.
Since Ronaldo called it out, have they not done that yet?
Yeah, but he's saying it's the same as when I was 17 years old at United.
Yeah, it was.
That's criminal.
To be fair, that was before Ineos came in. To be fair, the Glazers done that.
Yeah, I know, but Ineos, they want to do all this stuff. You need to address the team. You need to address the pitch before you do that.
Yeah,
like you really do. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Longmate, continue, man. They're in the mud. They're in the gutter. It is what it is, bro. You know. And let's see what result we get. We got Newcastle at St James's. Well, Reece James's Park. Let's have it right. That was the last time we done them, wasn't it? At Newcastle with Tuchel. Reece James left foot, right foot, if I'm correct.
It's not. Yeah, it was. It was
2 classy goals. So let's see what we can do there. It's a bit of a bogey ground. Hopefully, we can go
like
through.
it there. Yeah, I don't like
it there. Yeah.
But we can beat them because Newcastle are not. They're not playing brilliant. Again, it's up to us. We make mistakes at the back, then we'll concede. But Newcastle are not brilliant overall. I think we can get a result. It's the cup as well, so there'll be a little bit more to it. If this was the league, I'd be concerned.
Yeah.
So, and then United on the weekend.
Someone's hiding.
I've seen that. Yeah. He hugged one of the staff at the airport before he got on the plane and left the country.
Oh, really?
Some United fan at the airport before he got on his private jet. Yeah. At least someone likes him.
Right, this is the shit I don't like. I've got to call out Toothpick Jacobs right now. Enzo Maresca was another name on the Manchester United list, part of their succession planning over the summer. Although appreciation didn't lead to anything, Chelsea moved decisively, knowing they weren't the only club considering Maresca. Toothpick Jacobs, that's waffle, bruv. I mean, let's be real.
At the time, no one said that. What they did say was Man United and Chelsea were both looking at McKenna, if you remember.
Yes, McKenna, yeah. Not Maresca.
Maresca to United was never mentioned.
Never.
Oh.
No way. So it's a whole kind of like, oh, look, they're trying to do what we're doing, you know? It's that we're on the right path. Supporters jump on board.
Which, to be fair, I do think United are doing something similar. I'm not saying that they're not, but that doesn't mean that what we're doing is automatically absolutely fantastic.
No, which is
what it's being portrayed as.
It's a new age of football.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Exactly.
And
football's moved to this weird direction.
All these owners are not in it for success. They're in it for pound note. Everyone.
That's it. Yeah.
And that is it. Like, gone are the days of loving a football club and having an owner that loves football and wants the best, and the Roman Abramovich is gone, mate. That's finished.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's like acceptance levels of we're just run by accountants and vampires.
Clubs have to look at their budgets as well. Like, they're not going to want to pay a manager 10, 12 million a year anymore. Yeah. It's just not in their budget now. They're going to
what allows these owners to do what they do and execute what they do is the PR. And that's what they spend all the money on.
Of course.
And if everyone paid attention, I did call them out on this and no one listened. I'd said Ineos and Ratcliffe, they've come out and said, well, we are looking at Chelsea's model. And they want a yes man. That's what they want. They weren't Ten Hag signings. They're their signings. You're just going, oh, De Ligt used to play for Ten Hag. So, yeah, that's why he went. No, bruv. They went and bought these signings. That's the difference, bro. That's the difference. You know what I'm saying? The PR is a dangerous game. I don't fall for it. I sniff it out a mile off. So it is what it is. That sort of separates the elites from the sheep. You know what I'm saying? But listen, big up to everyone in here. Smash the likes. The likes are poor. Very quickly, I'll just run through these. I've missed these. Big up Brian. He says, Johnny Younes, the chat, and Parmaland and Minerals. Respect to you, Brian, my geezer. Respect to Adam Rated. He's gifted 5 Minerals FC Ultra memberships. And for that, let's have it right. You know what we do here. We land our Don Roman, bruv, the stands at Chelsea.
Oh, it's not playing.
Big up Chelsea Empire. My geez, I hope you're doing well and your family's all good, my man. He says 2 legends, proper Chelsea. Let's go. Respect to everyone. Younes, what's coming up now? You're going to upload something tonight?
Yeah, tonight at some point I'm gonna get one out. I think about Ten Hag, Ballon d'Or, what's going on overall. Tomorrow will be to Newcastle Chelsea preview. So that's it.
Sweet. Younes is linked to his channels in the title, as is his other channels are in the description and all his socials. So go and give Younes a follow. Big up to everyone. Make sure you follow on Rumble. It's going to get serious and heavy, so make sure you go and follow there. And there's some content already on there. And big up to everyone supporting the channel as always, and all to the Minerals FC Ultras landing it and supporting this channel. To all the haters and all the wrong-uns, it is what it is. You're a long way from fucking Starbucks. We move. And big up to everyone. And we will see you on the next one. Let's go.